Good morning, everybody. My name is Jim Fleeler. We want to take the next 5 to 7 minutes to basically review the installation and the out-of-box sort of program here for our brand new innovative program, Enviro Solutions 7264. It's very important that we install these dispensers correctly, and we thought we would just give you a short video to explain that. First of all, this is a tremendous new business opportunity. I always take advantage of the sales side there when we can, and this is a tremendous new business opportunity to take out competitors' cabinets and business as well. It's very profitable, and it'll really meet the demands and the challenges of our end users today. There's several benefits to going with this. So really we want to talk about the dispenser, and what happens with typical dispensers is they come, with a tip kit. They come with bulk lengths of hoses. They come with a bunch of screws and check valves and all kinds of T-fittings and things like that. And it's very, very time-consuming and somewhat confusing for some of our people that are installing them. And what the industry is telling us is it takes between an hour to an hour and a half to install these dispensers. Well, what we've done, our brand management committee sat down in the development of this, and we've decided what do we need to do to make it a little easier. So what we are announcing here today and introducing to you is our brand new BlendSafe 2 dispenser, which is manufactured in North America, by the way, and it's a complete sort of plug-and-play device that we'll go over now. So what I've done is you're going to receive the box like this. You basically open it, you remove the protective bubble wrap. What you will notice in here is you've got a 6-foot water discharge or inlet hose that's there. You have your high volume or your 4-gallon per minute flow valve, flow tube, that needs to be put on the dispenser. You have an accessory kit which includes your keys to the cabinet, a drip tray, instructions, and also some extra hinges, which I'll go over in a second there, and all of the necessary mounting hardware to put the dispenser on the wall. Okay? When you take the dispenser out, you can just get rid of the box, and what you can see is there's absolutely nothing else in the box. Okay? That's not a magician trick. And this is exactly how your dispenser comes out of the box. Okay? Plumbed, check valves in place, T-fittings in place, dilution tips in place, labels in place, everything ready to go on the wall. And that can save you an amazing amount of time. What you have is a set of keys that are here, and they're actually keys. They're not a screwdriver slot or whatever, official keys, for safety that's there. You have these there is some extra plastic hinges that come in here as well, because there is a little bit of a concern down below here. These are plastic hinges, and with the operator over many years of use opening and closing, that being a plastic device, you may split one or break one. So there is a substantial amount. There's 3 or 4 sets in here for you if that happens. So don't throw them out. Keep those, and they'll serve you when there's a problem. There's a drip tray here. It simply just slots on. Away it goes. So then if there's any dripping, or if the operator pulls the bottle away before it stops flowing, then there won't be any spills on the wall. Okay? As far as mounting the dispenser, the next units that come in the second week of September will have a backing template, right? So it's a matter of positioning the template, the paper template on the wall where you want it, and then drilling the template, the holes in the template from there. That's a very good feature for you to help ease that up. If you do have one that doesn't have a template in it, what you can see on the back is there's what we call a keyhole slot right here. So you just simply measure this, position the dispenser where you want it on the ball, measure the distance between these, put your 2 screws in, and when an actual screw goes in, here, it goes in the big hole, and then just slide it down 1/4 of an inch, and then it locks in place, right? You must put 2 screws in the top, without question. You also, when you get to the base of the dispenser, you'll see there's the same holes inside as there is on the top portion. That you should have 4 screws in this dispenser. It is a two-piece design. If you only put 1 or 2 screws in the bottom, this top could, if somebody bangs it or is rough on it or whatever, you don't want it to break and you don't have an issue. So please use the appropriate hardware that comes in the dispenser. Okay? It's very, very simple to use. It's very, very easy to put on the wall, as a matter of fact. Okay? So what basically you need to do is, once you've mounted it on the wall, up in the dispenser itself, you'll see there's a friction fit, tube that basically you just push this up in there, and then you're good to go, right? So just simply put it up there, okay, and then away you go. And this is your high volume bucket fill and walk behind scrubber filler, and it'll just attach there, okay, or hang there. There's your discharge hose, bit of a no-brainer. Just simply thread on, hook to your water source, and away you go. When we go to the actual dispenser on the wall, the loading of the dispenser, here's our other one here that we have. You just simply take your product. These, in the new batch actually coming out, the next shipment, which you should have from day 1, by the way, these will be color-coded caps. So this will be blue and this will be blue there to match, right? And then you'll have your one for red, so there's no mixing up of it. What we have here for safety is we have our no chemical contact cap here. This is an RDI insert, so nobody's going to have the risk of dealing with any concentrates. And it's just simply a matter of taking the travel cap off, threading that on, and setting it in the dispenser. Now, one thing that is important, if you've noticed it, is I actually took and crossed the products there. With the tubing in here, it's a little bit easier to avoid any kind of kinking with the hose. So that's all I've done. I've just crossed the tubes inside. Okay? So you can see what we've got here is we've loaded this dispenser in probably 30 seconds or less. Okay? So once we have our water hooked up, we're ready to go. I'd probably remove the key for safety purposes. The way the dispenser works now is you have a light duty at 1 ounce per gallon. You have a medium duty at 4 ounces per gallon. You have a heavy duty at 12 ounces per gallon, and you have our disinfectant, which is at 1 ounce per gallon. Okay. So the way you would simply operate it is choose the product that you want to pick. Take your optional to buy silk screen bottles with all regulatory compliance, by the way. You just simply insert the hose, press the button here, and fill the actual bottle to your desired amount. Okay? If that's the product you want, maybe you want to have a disinfectant, you would simply do the same thing. Take your disinfectant bottle up like so, and press your bottle, and then dispense your product. This little tube may look a little funny. Don't do anything with this tube. This is actually to stop air and foaming from in your bottle, so that'll help you, fill the bottle with liquid, and away you go. This dispenser, for dispensing the bucket application or scrubber, is on a high flow. These are 1 gallon per minute. This is 4 gallons per minute. So simply take your hose, take it to your solution tank, press the button, and you're all set. 4 gallon per minute flow. There is a notch I want to point out on the side of the actual button here. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it's just a little 1/8 sort of slot sticking up. This dispenser from the factory comes with no optional constant flow. However, you can nip this little thing off with a pair of scissors or a knife or whatever it may be, even your fingernail, and then you just simply push in, turn a 1/4 of a turn, and then you'll have constant flow. Now legally we cannot do that from the factory, because if you have a flood, someone decides to go away or something, then we simply, then it's our liability, and we just refuse to do that. So it's not in the instructions, by the way, so you want to tell your people to do that. Okay? So as far as operating the dispenser, I guess you'd think it would be more complicated, but this is a plug-and-play unit. It probably will take you an average of 15 minutes, but again, I must stress the fact of using all the mounting hardware, putting screws in the top and screws in the bottom of the dispenser, crossing over your products, matching the color-coded cap to the actual product itself there, and then away you go. The product has amazing detergency, and really this system is one of the most common questions that we get, and this system is all about cleaning properly, removing all kinds of organic debris and filth and things like that from surfaces in a safe manner, and then limiting the use of a disinfectant of a top healthcare facility type disinfectant, and using it sparingly, caringly, and thoughtfully throughout facilities, so we don't create or continue to enhance the issue with superbugs that we have in bacteria immunity. So very good detergency. Follow up with a full hospital grade disinfectant on high contact areas, and away we go. Okay, so that's simply what it is. Just a couple of quick things about the product. The glass cleaner is exceptional for glass, for aluminum, for stainless steel and things like that. The medium duty, desktops, counters, food areas, all of that type of thing for a little bit more heavy duty, like an official spray and wipe. And the heavy duty is really a grout restorer. It'll lighten grout, it'll remove black mold and mildew. You can use it as a carpet spotter for wine and red wine, as a matter of fact, and juice and things like that, where it'll get rid of that. And then you have your disinfectant for your touch areas, okay? As far as your buckets side goes, a neutral floor cleaner over there for sure, and also as a carpet extraction fluid. So that works extremely well for all of your high volume floor surfaces. So anyway, that's everything we need to talk about there as far as the dispenser goes. If you point out too, we have our brochure, okay? And the nicest thing about this brochure is when you open it, you have a complete wall chart, right? Here's the wall chart here. What you can see is, again, color-coded. You can see the ounces per gallon. You can see the color-coded silk screen bottles, and then you can see all of your icons for cleaning specific surfaces. So one thing that our end users love is they love that top quality wall chart, because that helps get everybody throughout the facility to clean the same surfaces with the same products for the best overall end result. So that's built into your actual brochure, and that's a tremendous tool to help train your team. All of your material safety data sheets are of course publicized. They're on the website. The Salesforce has them. All of your material safety data sheets with your HIMAS rating, your product fab sheets, your instructions, your ECP UL approval, which is brand new for the tail end of 2014. And also on the back of the brochure, and this is the last thing we'll point out, is there's a new portable dispenser here. And what happens is, if somebody wants to foam down, or they don't want a system on the wall, they may perhaps want some portability throughout the facility. These are very, very neat, low cost actually, dispensers that would simply thread onto the top of the same product, just like so. And this one here is the optional one with a foamer. So if you want to use this in a foaming application, in a shower, in restrooms and whatever, you would just simply thread your product on, hook it to your water source, and aim your hose and foam down. Do your agitations and your rinse down, and then you're dry, and away you go. So that's one. There's one here for foaming. There's one for high flow filling buckets and walk behind scrubbers, and there's also one here for filling at low volume trigger bottles as well. So you have portability. You don't always need one of these dispensers. You have the portability here. Everything's coated. Everything's in stock right now across North America. Good selling.